Good morning everybody. In this video you will find explanation of part 2 of act 1 scene 1. So let's begin with the text. Salanio. Here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman. So here comes Bassanio, your most noble friend. Gratiano and Lorenzo, accompanied by Gratiano and Lorenzo. Fare ye well, goodbye. We leave you now with better company. So now we will leave you with better company than ours. Salarino. I would have stayed till I had made you merry. I should have stayed here till I had made you cheerful, made you happy. If worthier friends had not prevented me, if the arrival of those more worthy friends had not stopped me. These lines are spoken by Salarino to Antonio, telling him that he has got more worthy friends arriving, therefore he should take his leave now. Antonio. Your worth is very dear in my regard. I have a deep regard for you, a deep respect for you. I take it your own business calls on you. I suppose that it is your own affairs which call you away, and you embrace the occasion to depart. And that is why you take this opportunity to go away from here. Enter Bassanio, Lorenzo and Gratiano. These three, Lorenzo, Bassanio and Gratiano, are friends of Antonio as well as friends of Salarino and Salarino. Salarino. Good morrow, my good lords. Hello, my good lords. Bassanio. Good sinners both. When shall we laugh? Say when. Good gentlemen, will both of you tell us when we are going to have some merriment, some enjoyment? You grow exceedingly strange. Must it be so? You have become exceedingly strange. Is that necessary? Salarino. We will make our leisures to attend on yours. We will find a time which is mutually convenient for us and we shall meet. Exeunt Salarino and Salanio. So therefore now Salanio and Salarino, they leave the scene. So now we have Bassanio, Lorenzo, Gratiano and Antonio present in the scene. Lorenzo. My Lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you. My Lord Bassanio, since you have met Antonio, so we will take your leave now. But at dinner time, I pray you, I request you, have in mind where we must meet, to remember where we have decided to meet. Bassanio. I will not fail you. I shall not fail to be there. These friends, they have decided on a place to have a get-together at the dinner time, of which Lorenzo reminds Bassanio of. Gratiano. You look not well. You do not look very well. Sir Antonio, you have too much respect upon the world. You are too much wrapped up with the worldly affairs. They lose it that do buy it with much care. Those who spend too much time worrying about the worldly affairs are never really happy. Believe me, you are marvelously changed. Believe me, sir, your appearance has changed a lot. You have completely become a different person. Here, Graciano is worried about Antonio's change of state, change of mind. Antonio, I hold the world but as the world, Graciano. I think of the world as the world it is. A stage where every man must play a part. A world is a stage where every man has to play his role, and mine a sad one, and I have got a sad role to play. You must have heard of a saying, coming events cast their shadows before. Perhaps Antonio has sensed the danger waiting in future, and that is making him sad within. Perhaps that is the reason why Antonio feels sad, but he is unaware of the reason of his sadness. Graciano, let me play the fool. If that is the case, if everybody has to play his part, let me play the role of a clown. With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come. Let me remain mirthful and laughing till wrinkles come to me. When we laugh, our face we get wrinkles on our face. So that might lead to wrinkles of old age. And let my liver rather heat with wine, and I may rather heat my body with wine, then my heart cool with mortifying groans, than cool my spirit with mournful groans. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster? Why should a man who has got warm blood running within his body sit like a statue of his grandfather carved out of white marble? Sleep when he wakes, seem to be sleepy in waking hours, and creep into jaundice, and get the disease of jaundice by being peevish, by being ill-tempered. So this jaundice, it's a disease that turns the skin yellow. Elizabethans thought that jaundice was caused by jealousy and bad temper. And here the influence of mind on here it influences the mind on the body. I tell thee what, Antonio. Let me tell you, Antonio. I love thee, and it is my love that speaks. I love you a lot, and it is my love for you that speaks here. There are a sort of men whose visages, there are some kind of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pool, whose faces are covered over as a stagnant pool is covered with, and do a willful stillness entertain. And by doing this, they deliberately put on an air of seriousness, with purpose to be dressed in an opinion, with an intention of creating a reputation of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, creating a reputation of wisdom, of seriousness and deep thought. That means trying to convince people that they have wisdom and they are people of deep thought. As who should say, as if to say, I am Sir Oracle. Sir Oracle, Oracle was believed to be the voice of God and spoken through the mouth of priest. So therefore pretending to be Sir Oracle, and when I open my lips, let no dog bark, and when as if pretending to be Sir Oracle and trying to say that when I open my lips, let not a sound come. O my Antonio, I do know of these. O my Antonio, I know such kind of men, that therefore are only reputed wise for saying nothing. Such kind of people, they are considered wise because they say nothing. When I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fool. So they are reputed wise because they do not speak anything. And I am sure when they speak, they will damn the ears who hear them by being called as fool. So now why will the listeners be damned? According to Bible, it is said that whoever calls his brother fool shall be in danger of hellfire, therefore be damned. I tell thee more of this another time. I will speak about this, more of this, some other time. But fish not with this melancholy bait. The word melancholy bait, it is a sadness which is used as a bait to catch fish. Here, bait is bait is used to catch popularity. So Gratiano here is suggesting Antonio, but fish not with this melancholy bait. Do not use this bait of sadness, sad silence of yours, to catch cheap popularity. For this fool Gudgeon, this opinion. Gudgeon is a small worthless fish. So a bait is used to catch this fish. But what Gratiano means is, do not use the bait to catch a cheap popularity which is compared to this fish. Come, good Lorenzo. So come, Lorenzo, fare ye well a while. Goodbye to others. I will end my exhortation after dinner. I will end my good advice after dinner. Gratiano, usually his speeches are very long, and for the fellow characters, they have very little sense in it. Lorenzo, well, we will leave you then till dinner time. So, well, we will leave you till dinner. I must be one of these dumb wise men. I must be one of these silent wise men. For Gratiano never lets me speak. Because Gratiano never lets me speak, say anything. Dumb wise men, referring to the people who pretend to be called as Sir Oracle. Gratiano, well, keep me company but 2 more years. Well, keep me in your company for 2 more years. Thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue. You will forget the sound of even your own tongue. Antonio, farewell. I will grow a talker for this gear. I will become a talker after this advice. So with this, we end with the explanation of part 2 of Act 1, Scene 1. Explanation of the leftover scene you will find in part 3, Act 1, Scene 1. Thank you.